A 67-year-old woman from Ohio went to the emergency room 3 times in 1 month. Mysterious rashes spreading across her arms, constant infections that antibiotics couldn't touch, and breathing problems that left her gasping for air in the middle of the night. 5 different doctors ran tests, prescribed medications, and sent her home confused. Nothing helped. Finally, an exhausted infectious disease specialist made an unusual request: "Let me see where you live." What he discovered growing silently in her bedroom corners, lurking behind her kitchen appliances, and hiding in her bathroom tiles shocked everyone, including her own family. The worst part? This invisible threat had been making her sick for months, and she walked past it every single day. Here's what's truly frightening. Most homes of people our age have the exact same hidden danger, and you might be breathing it in right now without knowing. Before we reveal what nearly destroyed her health, hit that new hype button if this resonates with you. YouTube gives seniors 3 hypes each week to amplify content that matters to our generation. Every hype you give pushes this vital information to people who desperately need to hear it. After 60, our immune systems naturally weaken, making us far more vulnerable to infections that our bodies once brushed off. You might catch colds more easily, take longer to heal, or have strange symptoms that never quite go away. That's exactly what happened to Gertrude Maplewood, the retired teacher from the opening. She was the picture of responsibility, kind, careful, and proud of her spotless home. She washed her hands religiously, sanitized countertops, even replaced cleaning cloths every week. But still, her health kept declining. When an infectious disease specialist finally visited her home, what he uncovered changed everything. Hidden in plain sight were thriving bacterial colonies growing on 7 everyday items she touched constantly but rarely cleaned. Her favorite water bottle, the remote control, her phone, even the handle of her recliner, each was teeming with bacteria, some dangerous enough to cause infections in hospitals. One simple test showed her water bottle had more bacteria than a public toilet seat. And because her immune system was weaker with age, her body simply couldn't fight back. The truth is, bacteria don't care how tidy we are, they thrive wherever warmth and moisture linger. But here's the good news: preventing this doesn't require expensive cleaners or complicated routines. It takes just minutes a week to reduce your risk, and it can make a huge difference in your health and energy. And wait till you hear this: the item in her home hiding the worst bacteria wasn't the bathroom sponge or trash bin. It was something far more personal, something she used right before bedtime every night. Have you been dealing with weird, recurring health issues lately? Rashes, coughing, infections that don't make sense? Share your experience in the comments. You're not the only one, and the cause might be closer than you think. Item number 1. Your reusable water bottle. For many of us, especially after retirement, carrying a reusable water bottle feels like a healthy habit, one that helps us stay hydrated, save money, and reduce plastic waste. But what if that same habit quietly made you sick? Research from Purdue University revealed that bacteria can start forming protective biofilms inside reusable bottles in just a few days. These sticky layers allow harmful bacteria such as E. coli, Streptococcus, and even Pseudomonas to multiply rapidly and resist cleaning. For younger immune systems, a little exposure may go unnoticed. But for seniors, especially those over 60, these bacteria can cause urinary tract infections, respiratory problems, and even bloodstream infections if they find an opening. Gertrude Maplewood had been refilling her bottle for 2 weeks straight, believing that water is clean, so it must keep the bottle clean too. It was a well-intentioned assumption that nearly cost her her health. When the infectious disease specialist swabbed her bottle's mouthpiece and lid, the lab found bacterial concentrations far higher than those on a toilet seat handle. Each sip she took, thinking she was nourishing her body, was instead flooding her system with bacteria her weakened immune defenses couldn't handle. Think about it. Your water bottle sits in warm rooms, cars, or near sunlight, often with a few drops of leftover moisture inside. That dampness becomes the perfect breeding ground for bacteria. And most people only rinse, not thoroughly wash. Plastic bottles, in particular, tend to hold onto grime and odors because tiny scratches inside the plastic surface act like safe havens for microbes. Stainless steel and glass are better options, but even they must be cleaned regularly. The solution: wash your bottle thoroughly with hot, soapy water and a long-handled bottle brush at least every 2 days, daily if you use it constantly. Allow it to air dry completely with the cap off. If you prefer plastic, replace it every few months to minimize bacterial buildup. Glass bottles remain the safest choice because they're easy to see through, resist scratches, and can handle higher wash temperatures without degrading. If you own a dishwasher-safe model, use the sanitize cycle weekly. It sounds simple, but this one habit may prevent countless infections. Many seniors who start washing their bottles thoroughly report fewer bouts of stomach irritation, fewer colds, and even less fatigue. Your body can do amazing things when it's not under constant bacterial stress. What kind of water bottle do you use right now? Glass, plastic, or metal? Drop your answer in the comments. You might inspire someone else to make a healthier switch. Now, if that revelation startled you, prepare yourself. The next common kitchen item researchers nicknamed the fecal petri dish might be even worse. Item number 2. Kitchen sponges. That little yellow and green sponge sitting by your sink might look innocent, but under the microscope, it tells a very different story. Researchers have found that kitchen sponges can contain bacterial densities comparable to human feces, literally millions of bacteria packed into every square inch. A 2025 study from Michigan State University confirmed what many of us feared. Unless a sponge dries completely between uses, it becomes a warm, moist paradise for dangerous microbes like *E. coli*, *Salmonella*, and even mold spores that can irritate your lungs. For younger people, contact with a small amount of bacteria might trigger mild discomfort or a short-lived stomach upset. But for older adults, whose immune systems naturally weaken with age, even a small exposure can escalate into something far more serious. Foodborne pathogens can lead to dehydration, severe infections, or hospitalization. If you've ever had unexplained stomach issues or fatigue after eating at home, your humble kitchen sponge might be the unseen cause. For Gertrude Maplewood, this was the missing piece of the puzzle. She had been using the same sponge for nearly 3 weeks. She rinsed it after meals, squeezed it dry, and sometimes soaked it in lemon water, believing she was keeping it clean. But in reality, her sponge was harboring the very bacteria that made her sick. Tests revealed it had one of the highest contamination levels in her entire house. Each time she wiped the counter or washed a cup, she unknowingly spread bacteria across surfaces that looked spotless to the eye. The truth is, kitchen sponges are designed to trap particles and moisture, the very things bacteria love. Warm kitchens speed up microbial growth, especially when a sponge sits damp overnight. Even adding antibacterial soap doesn't eliminate the colonies completely, because most bacteria hide inside the sponge's porous structure where soap can't reach. The solution: replace your sponges at least once a week. Between replacements, sanitize them every few days. The easiest method is to microwave your damp sponge for 1 to 2 minutes, which kills most surface bacteria, or run it through your dishwasher on the hottest cycle. Always handle microwaved sponges carefully, they'll be hot. Alternatively, consider switching to washable dishcloths. These can be tossed in the washing machine with hot water after each use and come out fresh, dry, and safe to use again. Making this small change can prevent countless health scares. Many seniors who followed this advice reported fewer stomach problems, better smelling kitchens, and more confidence that their homes are truly clean, not just clean looking. Be honest, how long have you been using your current kitchen sponge? A week? A month? Tell us in the comments below, and maybe it's time to start fresh. Because the next item on our list is even more personal. It's something you rest your face on every single night without realizing what might be hiding within it. Item number 3, pillowcases. It's one of the most comforting parts of the day, resting your head on a soft pillow for a good night's sleep. But what if that very pillowcase you're snuggling into each night is secretly harming your skin and health? Each evening, your pillowcase absorbs sweat, oils, and microscopic flakes of dead skin. Over time, that combination creates the perfect environment for bacteria, fungi, and dust mites to thrive. Recent October 2025 research by Dr. Manan Vora revealed that dirty pillowcases can harbor more bacteria than many bathroom surfaces. For seniors, this buildup can lead not only to skin irritation and acne-like rashes but also to infections and breathing issues that interrupt restful sleep. As we age, our skin becomes thinner and more sensitive, making it more vulnerable to these hidden irritants. Even mild bacteria can slip into tiny scratches or pores, causing inflammation and discomfort. If you've noticed persistent facial redness, mysterious rashes around your neck or cheeks, or frequent stuffiness when you wake up, your pillowcase might be the unseen culprit. When an infectious disease specialist visited Gertrude Maplewood's home, he took one look at her bedding and ordered a lab test. The results stunned her. The pillowcase alone housed colonies of bacteria and fungi known to cause allergic reactions. She had been changing her bed sheets regularly, but not her pillowcases often enough. Once she began washing them in hot water weekly and added a breathable pillow protector beneath, her rashes cleared up within days, and her sleep quality drastically improved. It's such a simple change, yet it makes all the difference. Most of us spend about a third of our lives with our faces pressed against that fabric. Keeping it clean not only protects your skin but also your respiratory health. The solution: wash pillowcases in the hottest water safe for their fabric at least once per week. For those with sensitive skin or allergies, add a pillow protector that can be laundered as well. Don't forget the pillow itself. Wash or replace it every few months, or at least seasonally, depending on its fill. Using hypoallergenic detergent can also help if your skin is prone to irritation. When did you last wash your pillowcase? This week, last week, or let's not talk about it? Drop your answer below. No judgment here. You might be surprised how many people are in the same boat. Coming up next, the everyday bathroom essential that shocked even the experts. Item number 4. Bath mats and shower curtains. Your bathroom might look clean and smell fresh, but two of the most overlooked items in that space can quietly threaten your health: the bath mat and the shower curtain. Both stay damp long after you've finished your shower, creating the perfect habitat for mold, mildew, and harmful bacteria. Even when they look clean, moisture trapped in their fibers or folds gives microorganisms days to multiply. For older adults, this damp environment poses more than a cosmetic issue. It's a direct risk to your skin and lungs. Research shows fungal infections are increasingly common among seniors, mainly because of slower circulation and reduced immune response. Every time you step onto a damp, contaminated bath mat, you may be pressing mold spores or bacteria right into microscopic cracks in your skin. Those spores can cause stubborn athlete's foot, toenail infections, or even skin irritation that's hard to treat. Gertrude Maplewood learned this lesson the hard way. She thought the black spots on her shower curtain were simple soap stains. But when the infectious disease specialist tested them, those stains turned out to be living colonies of mold and aspergillus, organisms known to trigger coughing, sinus problems, and breathing difficulties. Gertrude had unknowingly been inhaling mold spores daily while she showered, which only worsened her respiratory symptoms. Once she replaced her curtain and began washing her bath mat in hot water weekly, her coughing and skin redness dramatically improved. These issues are more common than people realize. Bathrooms are the most humid rooms in the house, especially when doors remain closed after bathing. Without proper airflow, moisture lingers and gives microbes exactly what they need to thrive. The solution for bath mats: toss them in the washing machine weekly using hot water and detergent, and hang them to dry completely after each use. Choose quick-drying materials like microfiber rather than thick fabric mats that take hours to dry. The solution for shower curtains: wash them monthly with detergent and a cup of white vinegar, or replace them every few months. If your bathroom allows, leave the door open or run the fan after showering to help the air dry faster and prevent future mold growth. It's amazing how simple practices like these can protect your home and your health. Take a look down. Do you have a bath mat in your bathroom right now? When was the last time you washed it? Let's keep each other accountable in the comments. You might inspire someone to make their bathroom a little safer today. Up next, the everyday household item you grab dozens of times a day without ever realizing how filthy it might actually be. Item number 5. Reusable grocery bags. Switching to reusable grocery bags feels like a responsible, eco-friendly choice, something we do for the planet and future generations. But what most people don't realize is that those same bags can quietly become breeding grounds for harmful bacteria. When used repeatedly without cleaning, they collect residue from raw meat juices, unwashed produce, and everyday spills. Over time, this contamination can lead to the growth of E. coli, Salmonella, and Listeria, pathogens often behind serious foodborne illnesses. For most healthy adults, these infections are unpleasant but manageable. For seniors, however, they can be dangerous, leading to dehydration, severe intestinal distress, and in some cases, hospitalization. Older adults are doing more independent shopping than ever before, often reusing the same bags for weeks or months. That's exactly what happened to Gertrude Maplewood. She had a set of sturdy canvas bags she loved, proudly avoiding plastic. But she also used them for everything, from raw chicken to fresh lettuce, without ever washing them. When her infectious disease specialist swabbed the inside of her favorite tote, the results showed dense colonies of bacteria, traces of Salmonella from poultry juices, mold spores from produce, and even Listeria which can spread from contaminated foods. It wasn't her kitchen or her fridge making her sick, it was the bag she thought was helping her stay healthy and responsible. Experts warn that cross-contamination is one of the biggest hidden risks for older shoppers. Grocery carts, checkout counters, and even car trunks can add more bacteria to the mix. Then, when you unload those same unwashed bags onto your kitchen counter, you unintentionally introduce those germs to every meal you prepare. The solution: make washing reusable bags part of your weekly routine. Fabric or canvas bags should go straight into the washing machine on a hot water cycle with detergent, then air dry completely. For plastic-lined or insulated bags, wipe them thoroughly with a disinfectant after every use, especially if they carried raw meat or dairy. Consider keeping separate bags labeled raw meat and produce to prevent cross-contamination, and store them in a clean, dry place between uses. This simple habit not only protects your health but also keeps your groceries fresh and safe. Do you use reusable grocery bags? How often do you clean them, or have you ever washed them at all? Be honest and share your tips below. You might help someone else stay both eco-friendly and infection-free. The next item is surprisingly controversial, even some doctors overlook it, yet it could be affecting your daily well-being right now. Item number 6. TV remotes and phone cases. They're in your hands every single day, your TV remote and your phone. They go from the kitchen counter to the coffee table, from your couch to your nightstand, often without a second thought. But research shows these everyday gadgets are among the dirtiest items in the average home. TV remotes, covered with layers of fingerprints, crumbs, and skin oils, harbor massive amounts of bacteria on every crevice. One study even found remotes in hotel rooms carried more bacteria than toilet handles. And the phones we hold against our faces? They're often crawling with Staphylococcus bacteria, the same type that can cause skin infections, sinus inflammation, and even respiratory problems, particularly in older adults. For seniors, these items are touched constantly, changing channels, checking messages, video chatting with family, or calling the pharmacy. The problem is how easily we transfer germs from hand to mouth or face. You snack during a TV show, pick up the remote, then rub your eye or touch your lips. That quick, routine gesture is all it takes for bacteria or viruses to spread. And when your immune system is less robust, those tiny exposures can add up. Gertrude Maplewood experienced this frustration firsthand. After her husband caught a mild cold, she kept coming down with similar symptoms over and over for weeks. She cleaned her bedding, her kitchen, everything, until her doctor suggested wiping down shared household items. To her shock, her TV remote, used daily by both of them, tested positive for multiple bacteria types, including traces of the cold virus. Once she began disinfecting it weekly, the constant cycle of reinfection finally stopped. The solution for remotes: wipe them thoroughly once a week using disinfecting wipes or an alcohol-based cleaner on a soft cloth. Focus on the button areas where grime tends to build up. Avoid using excessive liquid to protect the electronics, and let the device dry fully before use. The solution for phone cases: remove the case weekly and wash it with warm water and mild soap. Dry completely before replacing it. You can also keep a small container of disinfecting wipes near your TV stand or next to your phone charger to make cleaning easy and consistent. These few minutes of cleaning can break the chain of constant illness, saving you and your loved ones from recurring colds or skin irritations. Be honest, when was the last time you cleaned your TV remote or phone case? Has it been a week, a month, or maybe never? Share below, we're all in this together. Because coming up next is the final item, the one that surprises nearly everyone, even health experts. Item number 7. Bed sheets and comforters. We spend nearly a third of our lives in bed, yet few of us realize how quickly that warm, cozy space can turn into a breeding ground for bacteria, dust mites, and fungi. While many people remember to wash pillowcases often, sheets and comforters are a different story. It's easy to forget, or put off for just one more week. But those unseen layers of dust, sweat, and skin cells accumulate fast. Scientists have found that within a single week, bed sheets can host millions of dust mites and bacteria invisible to the naked eye. For seniors, whose immune systems and respiratory health are more sensitive, these hidden irritants can lead to coughing, congestion, itchy skin, or allergies that never seem to fade. Dust mites are especially troublesome for older adults. They feed on dead skin cells, release allergenic waste particles, and thrive in slightly warm, humid environments, exactly the conditions found in most bedrooms. And comforters make matters worse. Thick, multi-layered, and rarely washed, they trap body heat, sweat, and oils, providing the perfect environment for microbial buildup. That's why simply keeping your bed neat and tidy isn't enough to stay healthy. Gertrude Maplewood experienced this exact problem. She believed her seasonal allergies acted up every spring and fall. But one day her specialist suggested testing the air and textiles in her bedroom. The culprit wasn't pollen, it was her unwashed comforter. She hadn't cleaned it in months, believing she only needed to do so once a season. After washing both her comforter and sheets in hot water with hypoallergenic detergent, her nighttime coughing and morning congestion disappeared within a week. Her allergies had never been seasonal at all, they were living right under her blanket. The solution for sheets: wash your sheets weekly in the hottest water safe for the fabric to eliminate dust mites, bacteria, and allergens. Opt for breathable cotton materials that allow airflow and dry quickly. Having a second set of sheets makes this easy. While one set is in use, the other can be cleaned and ready to swap. The solution for comforters: wash them monthly, or every couple of weeks if you suffer from allergies or respiratory issues. Most comforters can go into a standard washing machine on a gentle, warm cycle with mild detergent. Hang dry or use a low-heat dryer to prevent shrinkage. If your machine isn't large enough, local laundromats or community centers often offer assisted laundry days or senior discounts, making regular cleaning simpler. Regularly changing bedding not only improves hygiene but can also enhance sleep quality. Many people notice they rest better on fresh, crisp sheets. Time for a little honesty: how often do you wash your bed sheets? Once a week, once a month, or only when you finally notice they need it? Share below. You might be surprised how many people are right there with you, and maybe this week's the perfect time for a fresh start. 3 months. That's all it took for Gertrude Maplewood's life to change. By making 7 small but consistent washing habits part of her weekly routine, her health began to improve in ways she hadn't imagined possible. The mysterious rashes that once covered her arms and neck? Gone. The lingering respiratory issues that made every breath a struggle? Completely cleared. And the seasonal allergies she had battled for years? They faded until they were barely noticeable. Simple, steady effort replaced endless doctor visits and medications. Gertrude often says she didn't realize how much her home environment had been working against her. For the first time in years, I feel like I have control over my health, she told her doctor. These simple changes gave me my confidence back. And her doctor agreed. Her immune system wasn't overwhelmed anymore. It had finally stopped fighting constant, low-level bacterial exposure. Freed from those daily battles, her body could heal and strengthen naturally. Word spread quickly. When Gertrude shared her story at her local senior center, people listened. One by one, other members began adopting the same routine, washing pillowcases weekly, replacing sponges often, keeping their water bottles and remotes clean. Within months, dozens of seniors reported fewer infections, better sleep, improved skin, and, perhaps most importantly, a renewed sense of self-care and control. Her journey struck a chord far beyond her hometown in Ohio. It reminded others that prevention doesn't have to be complicated. It's not about expensive disinfectants or high-tech gadgets. It's about small, consistent actions that protect your body and preserve your independence. Gertrude laughs when she thinks about it now. "I spent my whole life teaching kids," she says. "Turns out, I needed to teach myself how to really take care of me." Her story is proof that lasting health starts at home. With habits so simple, anyone can do them. Which of these 7 items are you going to start washing this week? Tell us your game plan in the comments. Your answer might inspire someone else to take their first step toward feeling better, stronger, and more in control of their health. Gertrude's story isn't extraordinary, it's empowering because it's so relatable. She didn't buy fancy gadgets or overhaul her lifestyle. She simply made a few consistent changes, and her body responded with renewed energy and strength. You can do the same, starting today. Every time you wash one of those overlooked items, your pillowcase, your sponge, your remote, you're not just cleaning, you're defending your immune system, protecting your independence, and giving yourself the comfort and dignity you deserve. You've spent a lifetime caring for others, now it's your turn to care for you. If this video opened your eyes like it did for Gertrude and thousands of others, hit that **like*** button right now. But don't just stop there, tap that hype button too. It's YouTube's way of giving power to our generation. You get 3 hypes per week, and each one helps push this life-saving message to more seniors who need to hear it. Truly, your hype could protect someone you love from illness. Share this video with a friend or family member over 60. Send it by text, email, or even post it to your Facebook feed, because awareness spreads faster when we spread it together. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Wise Aging Seniors so you never miss a single piece of practical, life-changing advice for living stronger, longer, and smarter. Now, I want to hear from you. Which item shocked you the most, or which one are you washing today? Drop your answer below and join the conversation. Our community supports and uplifts each other every week. Until next time, stay healthy, stay strong, and remember, real change starts with the small habits you choose today. Take care of yourself. You've more than earned it.